Gear Tasting Radio is brought to you by Imminent Threat Solutions. ITS provides knowledge that empowers individuals with indispensable skill sets to explore the world and prevail against all threats. Right now, as a special thank you for all podcast listeners, we're offering 10% off in the ITS store. Simply use the code GTR to save 10% at store.itstactical.com. Welcome to Gear Tasting Radio. I am your host, Brian Black, joined, as always, by Rob Henderson.
Hello.
Where we offer an in-depth look into the usage and philosophy behind the equipment in our lives. Today, we are going to be delving down a rabbit hole a little bit. So, we came up with an idea. We haven't really discussed it, other than to just come up with the topic of this episode.
It's one of those podcast ideas where it's like, stop talking.
Yeah.
We have to record it.
Let's just
now.
record it and talk on the podcast. Sometimes it's like that. So this is a 5-item challenge. So we've decided to discuss the 5 items that we would take with us into nature to survive for 48 hours.
Yeah.
And
so like probably the first part of this is going to be outlining some rules.
yeah.
Because I'm starting to think like, do you count a sock as one item?
Yeah.
Because then your clothing is 5 items. So maybe like,
What if we took it from the aspect of my car broke down, I got to grab 5 items from my car to go out and survive for 48 hours.
yeah.
I know that's not realistic because I would walk somewhere and get some help.
Sure.
Or I'd call AAA.
Yeah. And we wrote down in the woods and not like the woods behind Target. Like we're assuming the deep woods.
Yeah.
You know, like.
We could really go down another rabbit hole just describing what we mean by this.
Right. Exactly. But I think that you get to start with like some semblance of clothing.
Yeah. I would say that your basic needs are met, like, meaning you're at least wearing clothes.
Yeah. And it's a survivable temperature outside.
Yeah.
Maybe not too warm, but like not like
yeah, I
negative
guess
6.
so. Yeah. I mean, realistically, clothes are clothes, and
Yeah.
that's not really the goal of this.
Right.
So, yeah, let's just say you've got the clothing that you need to stay moderately
Yeah.
warm.
Yeah. Not comfortable.
Yeah,
Just
not
like,
comfortable.
You won't die.
Yeah. Just the bare minimum.
Yeah, there
just
we go.
to survive. All right. And then as far as what we have in pockets.
No, I'm saying like
Yeah.
empty. Because you don't have a phone
Okay.
to like check Facebook and
All
stuff.
right.
You know.
That's good. All right. So 5 items.
Yep. And we got to go 48 hours.
48 hours. Okay. Well, for starters, I always come back to a knife.
Yeah. It's got to be.
Because they had that thing on Survivor whenever Rudy was on there, like way back when, and you could take like one item, and I don't know if it's still like that. I haven't watched Survivor in like years and years and years and
Yeah.
years. I frankly hate the show, but anyway, I've always said if I had to pick one item, it would probably be like a fire knife because
Yeah.
it's kind of like a 2-in-1. You get a ferro rod and a
cheap.
knife all in one, so it is an item.
That's true.
Technically, it is one item.
Single item.
And
Yeah.
that's the first item that I would pick, just because, again, it's a good blade.
Yep.
It's made well. I've abused the crap out of multiple knives.
It's got a sheath.
Yeah, it's got a pretty decent sheath. It's okay.
It'll do 48 hours.
Yeah, and then it's got the integrated ferro rod. So all you do is unhook the ferro rod from the butt or the end of the knife.
Yep.
And the spine of the knife has a nice 90-degree ridge on it that's perfect for sparking a ferro rod. So that would be my fire making / bushcraft essential.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Like a fixed blade knife with a cheating sparker in it.
You can't use mine now. You got to say your first item.
So I'd probably go with like a tarp or a poncho liner.
Yeah? Like which?
I mean,
Very
if I have
specific.
to
These are
pick,
5 very
if I have to
specific
pick,
items.
I'm going to say tarp. Because poncho liners have
So
holes in them.
literally a tarp from
Yeah, just like a
Walmart?
Yeah, just like a Walmart tarp. Because I got a plan. As we go through our 5 items, you'll see my.
What, are you just going to be walking into the woods carrying it under your arm?
Well, yeah. I mean, I assume I can carry this stuff.
Yeah.
That I'm taking because I'm not taking a backpack. Spoiler alert.
Well,
We should also mention like we were talking about going in at noon and coming out at noon because that
48
matters to
hours
me.
later.
Right.
Yeah.
But like I don't have to go in the dark.
Yeah.
Which is a big portion of it.
Right.
Because if I had to like make a shelter in the dark,
Is that why you wrote noon to
Yeah,
noon up
I
there?
mean,
You were already you were already
whatever.
gaming it before we
look,
even
if I
started.
get to pick when I survive,
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a good point.
yeah. So I'm going with a tarp.
Okay. All right. So that's your first item.
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to think here. So I too need shelter, and I would want some type of shelter. However, I don't know how much time I would spend on creating one.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, what I would probably create first, and this is a little off topic, obviously we're talking about 5 items, but however, this kind of helps me think through the scenario of what I would need if I think about what I would do with the first item. So
Sure.
with the first item, what I would probably do first, obviously, I would get a fire going. And at the same time that I was getting the fire going, I would, because I'm not, the tricky part lies in, am I going to use one of my items as food?
Right.
You know, am I going to bring in something?
Right.
Am I going to bring in water? Am I going to bring in food? How
Sure.
am I going to eat and drink?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because the goal of this is 5 items. However,
Right.
is there a water source? Is there a source of food? Are there mushrooms growing around? You know, like what I mean, we need a little context here.
I would
Because
say,
it's
yeah,
tough.
you have to hump your own water. I mean, unless you want to go in blind thinking you can find a stream.
So we're going in with the knowledge that or without knowledge
Yeah.
of the area.
Yeah.
So we don't
yeah,
know
yeah,
what
yeah,
we're going to
yeah.
encounter.
Yeah. I think that adds to the mystique of
all
like,
right.
I've never been here before.
Okay.
If it's just like the woods behind your
So
grandma's
it
house.
did not do a
then you
map
know.
study. There's
Yeah,
been no
no.
advance work done on this area.
For some
All right.
reason, you have wandered into an area with 5 items in your hands.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So, as far as like my shelter would go, it would probably just consist of some type of fire break type thing, to like a reflector.
Okay.
So I would build up a wall around
I got you.
the fire to reflect the heat back on myself, and
Sure.
I would probably wind up just, I don't know, hopefully finding some long dry grass type stuff for padding, and I would kind of, you know, sleep by the fire type
Yeah.
of deal. If I even, I don't know how much sleep I would get,
Right.
but I don't know how much I would, you know, build an actual shelter.
And I wonder if...
Depends how cold it was getting. you
Well,
know?
and that's like, okay, we're thinking about if you know you're out in 48 hours, how do you game the system at that point, you know? Like you said, if I sleep, do you really need to? You know, do you need to make it comfortable?
Well, I know personally I can go
Yeah.
5 days without sleep.
Right.
However, it absolutely fucking sucks, and you have to stay moving. Like, it's not...
Right.
Like, that's one thing during that time that I stayed up during Hell Week. You had to keep moving.
Yeah.
Like, if I would have stopped moving, I would have just gone to sleep.
Yeah.
And so, I mean...
Just immediately.
Yeah. It's almost like that one foot in front of the other kind of thing. So,
Mm-hmm.
in a survival situation like that, you are going to need to sleep, because
Yeah.
there's just no way you can just keep going.
Yeah.
I mean, you could.
You'll just nod off.
Yeah. I don't know if I could entertain myself and keep myself motivated and moving for 48 hours and
Yeah.
not be able to get at least a little sleep.
So you're going to grab a little shut-eye.
Yeah, and I think that's more than enough comfort to just sleep by the fire and,
Yeah.
you know, hopefully not roll into it while you sleep.
Hope
I've
so.
slept by a fire before multiple times, and it's okay. I've always had a sleeping bag, and I've always been nervous that a hot ember was going to burn me up in the middle of the night, and it just never happened. So, I mean, I'm okay with that. However, I wouldn't have a sleeping bag because I would not use one of my items,
As a sleeping bag.
yeah,
Yeah.
as a sleeping bag. It's just not.
That's a little bit of my plan with the
Yeah.
tarp.
So you know, it's funny you brought this up because this is your idea. However, we've done something like this with our Boy Scout troop. So
Oh, yeah?
we call it MacGyver, and it's
Nice.
like a wilderness survival camp out. And we tell them that they can bring, that everything they can bring has to be carried.
Oh, okay.
So they can bring a backpack,
Okay.
or they can bring
But it's got to be
whatever.
carried.
Oh, wait. No, we didn't. We said that it's got to be in your sleeping bag.
Oh.
So that's what we did.
you could put a lot
Either
of
carry
stuff
it
in
in
your
your
sleeping
hands
bag.
or put it in your sleeping bag and carry it over your shoulder kind of thing.
Nice.
You know, so the kids would fashion like a piece of paracord on their sleeping bag,
Yeah.
stuff sack to carry it, you know, over their
Yep.
shoulder, and we'd hike into somewhere and camp. But it's a great experience because, you know, we're able to teach them how to build a fire from nothing more than a ferro rod or something like that.
Yep.
And then they have to cook their own meal, which I brought ramen noodles for everybody.
Nice.
And I brought those little tin cups you can get at
Perfect.
the little camp mugs.
Yep.
And I'd show them how to build a fire.
Yeah.
So they all got the experience of that, and at least one of them would always cry because they couldn't get their meal cooked, and you had to help them out. But anyway, it's great.
We'd
I
help
really
them out after we got done
well, I
laughing.
really love that because it really, I don't know. I feel like they learn something, even if they're upset about the situation. You really do learn something about yourself.
Oh, sure.
I mean, even at that age.
Yeah.
So anyway, I digress.
So what was your item 2?
I didn't get to that.
Oh,
yet.
okay, all right. I thought you talked about like a
I think I
shelter thing.
I think I got diverted when we were talking about sleeping bags and bringing stuff in. Or no, I was talking about your tarp and carrying it or whatever. Anyway,
Because right now I got a tarp in my hand and that's
yeah,
it.
and I got a knife. So I'm gonna have to go with water, man. Like I gotta have water.
Yep.
So I've either got to bring a container for water,
Yep.
or I've got to bring water itself in a container. That makes no sense whatsoever. Anyway.
Given the choice, I'd bring water in a container.
I'm going to go with. Do I have a belt on? Actually, I have a belt.
Sure.
Right. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm going to go with a. I would hate just having 32 ounces of water for 2 days. However, I could make it work. It would suck, but I could make it work.
Man.
Because technically, you can go 3 days without.
Sure, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, like, these 5 items are really inconsequential if the weather is okay enough for you to sleep outside. Because
Yeah.
you could just literally walk into the woods and lay down and go to sleep for as long as you wanted. But, like,
I would stay up for a week, and then I'd go into the woods and be able to go sleep for 48
I'm
hours.
going to take a nap.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys. Can we stretch it to 72? I'm tired.
I think I did sleep that long. You know what? I don't even
Post?
remember how long I slept after a hell week. I think it was,
Long time.
let's see, okay, we got done at like 7 in the morning. I slept till 7 a.m. all day, 7 p.m. So I think I woke up at like 3 or 4 in the morning or something like that the next day.
On Sunday?
So, okay, so if we finish 7 a.m., let's just say 7 a.m.
Yeah.
I ate my pizza, went to sleep.
Yep.
So 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. is 12 hours.
And then
around
to 3
to 4 a.m. That's
so 21 hours.
no.
No?
Is it that? Yeah, 12.
No.
12, 7.
Apologies to our viewers for our math.
Oh God.
You did 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Yeah?
Yeah, that's 12.
And then you slept till 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay. So from 7 a.m. or from 7 p.m. to midnight is 5 plus 4 hours, 9
So
hours.
3. It's 21 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. I slept that long.
Yep.
So that's almost well. Okay,
Yeah,
it's
you
not-
could sleep it off.
I sleep at least
There
a
you go.
day. All right. Anyway, the second item would be water.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to figure out what kind of container I would carry because I really don't want to use a backpack as an item. So I would carry a hydration bladder.
Just in your hand?
No. You can buy them with, like a backpack.
Okay, well, we'll consider it like an all-in-one
Yeah,
thing. So you have hydration.
it's
Got
all in
it.
one.
Nice. So you have
And it would be
100 ounces?
Yeah, 100 ounces of water.
Nice.
Yeah. That sucks, though, because you have to...
Yeah. But that does give you a little bit of a pack thing if you wanted to, like,
Yeah.
collect things, I guess.
It still doesn't give me a way to collect water. I mean, I guess it does. I don't know. We're only talking 48 hours.
Right.
We know the deadline.
Exactly,
We know the timeline.
and that helps.
All right. That's what I'm doing. Second item,
All right.
100-ounce bladder backpack type thing
Nice.
that I can carry around. It doesn't have to fit anything else in it. It's just literally a
just the
bladder on my
bladder.
back.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
like it.
All right. That's
So-
2. What's 2 for you?
Also water, but my
Okay.
container is going to be one of those janky 2.5-gallon spout ones from Walmart that has a handle on the top.
You going to carry that into the woods?
Hey, we didn't specify a distance. I'm having to carry it into the woods.
Yeah, car camp?
I'm going to walk 10 feet off the road and sit down.
What are you doing, man? I'm surviving. Is that your car over there? Yeah.
But like I drink a lot of water throughout the day anyway, so
Yeah.
like I just feel like I really want 2.5 gallons of water on me because I even though it's gonna be heavy and I'll have to stop and switch hands, but also I got 48 hours. I'm not in a hurry to get to my base camp or whatever, and I'll drink it all while I'm there, so I can just take it out with me. and then be
True,
done.
it would be empty when you leave.
So I'm not as much weight when I'm all weak and meager from my 48-hour trip into the woods.
That's a good plan. All right, so let me think. Fire, water,
Yep.
shelter is kind of covered.
Yeah.
I could build something. Clothing is kind of there, but not really. Meaning, if I was doing activity, I would probably stay warm, hopefully. But maybe at night I would get cold.
Yeah.
Hence the fire. Man. Because I know I can get a fire going without anything else other than that knife. I'm 100% positive. So
You know what's funny is that 5 items is almost like too luxurious. Because like 2 items is like a knife and water. Like you know what you're taking.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
I know. Now
It's
we're getting
interesting
into
because now you're like, do I take I guess like a flashlight?
now
I
we're
don't
getting
know,
into
maybe
Gucci shit.
Can I get like a newspaper or something?
I'd take a novel. I'm gonna read Moby Dick.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, that's a tough one. So water. I mean, food. I mean, I would want something to eat because it's kind of a morale booster, along with
Definitely.
along with sustenance. Biggest bang for the buck would probably be an MRE.
Yep.
Just
That's
because
exactly
it's
what I was thinking.
dense with calories. I wouldn't strip it down. I would carry it just like it was.
Yep. And it's sectioned off so that you can, like, for breakfast, you can drink the shake.
Right.
And then not have to, like, store
Yeah,
anything.
and the good thing about that is that I could use the heater, and all I need is a little water from my
Yep. And you're not burning a ton of water.
hydration bladder. Yep.
It comes with a utensil. It's got stuff
That's
to
true.
read
It is
on
an
the back.
all-in-one.
You can
Yeah.
read the nutrition facts
Yeah.
when you get
Could
bored.
Count calories. Still got that homework to do.
Do the math.
Watch the dog.
Yeah.
Man.
So I think 3 is probably MRE.
Don't be forcing my final answer on me. I'm not sure yet. Is that your final answer for
3's
3?
an MRE.
All right.
Yep.
Hold on. I'm still thinking. I don't want to sucker myself in.
Only if I get to pick the flavor, though. Because
No.
no.
Nope. You don't want you rat fucking
I got an
MRE
omelet.
box.
Damn it. This was all for nothing.
Honestly, I could make do with whatever.
Well, yeah.
But
It's got enough salt and hopefully some Tabasco.
I know. I really wish they put Tabasco in every MRE now.
Now
They
it's
don't.
like a little packet of red.
I don't even know what the
hot
flavors
sauce.
are anymore, man. It's been so long since I've like bought a case of MREs or had any.
Yeah,
that
they
I don't
have-
even. I know they've revamped a lot of stuff. I don't even.
They got vegetarian entrees now.
Well, they've
and,
had
like,
those for a while. They always sucked. You get like black bean burrito when I was in. It was
Not
horrible.
again.
Okay. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah.
Let's go with MRE. I'm gonna do that too. I'll take one MRE.
Yeah.
So MRE, water, knife. Whew. How about a onesie? I'm gonna take a onesie.
Just like a warm, fuzzy
Like a
onesie. That
warm-
could be your item of clothing.
Yeah.
If you were just driving for some reason in a onesie.
No, I wouldn't be driving. I would be caught dead in a onesie. Those
Got
are
stuck
pretty.
in the woods in my jammies.
I'm talking about like those Dickies like
Oh, you-
onesie. You know, I'm talking about like the things that construction workers always
Immediately
wear.
in my head, I was at like a
No.
like a bunny onesie.
No, no, it's not a
I
Ralphie
thought you were
outfit.
talking about for like
No.
warmth.
I was, but
You're talking about like a work.
yeah, like a Dickies
Yeah.
freaking
That's
work,
probably a good
work
idea.
onesie.
Yeah.
You know, that's insulated and I mean, probably it's probably made out of freaking cotton, which would got wet, it'd be terrible.
Yeah. Stay away from water.
You know what, man? I may go to a shelter item too, just
Yeah?
in case it rains. I mean, I hate being out in the rain.
Yeah.
I really do.
Despise.
However, I would take like a sil nylon tarp so I could make a shelter.
Yeah.
Oh man, see now I want cordage too. Okay, so wait, that was 3 items.
Yeah, because you got
MRE,
a knife and a hydration bladder.
hydration bladder.
Yeah.
Who the fuck made this list? Yeah, so if I did shelter, see, I wouldn't be able to rig shelter without cordage
True.
unless I took.
Unless this like knife is super magical and has cordage around it too.
Well, I was gonna say my tarp's already configured with cordage, that I have in my little stuff. I have a steel nylon tarp that's set up.
So you like ready to go?
It is.
So prior planning.
I got all my cordage. I mean, that's fair
Yeah,
game,
that counts.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's ready to
You're
go.
taking Brian's tarp specifically.
Right. I mean, it is a piece of gear I own.
There you go. And
So,
it's already tied off.
That's true.
Maybe it came like that.
I'm not making it up.
I also choose your tarp.
No, you don't, because you didn't properly prepare.
No, I just picked up a tarp from Walmart.
And if anyone questions it, it's in videos that I've done, so you know I have it.
There you go.
All right, so I'm taking my tarp.
Okay.
I'm taking my steel nylon tarp that's already got the guy lines in it,
That's a good
ready to
choice.
go, and then I can carve stakes
Yeah.
on site. So steel nylon tarp, MRE, water, knife.
Nice.
That's so far. I still got one more item. And I
Yeah.
think I don't know. What are you on? 3?
I'm on 4.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What's your 4th item?
I'm going to go with a very sharp hatchet. Because then I got to take a knife.
You're not gonna do a knife?
I mean, I don't really have a use for a knife
I mean, you get enough.
for 48 hours.
You'd be able to use the hatchet to whittle.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like a very sharp.
You can still do tinder.
new
You could do a
hatchet.
tinder with
Yeah,
a
like
hatchet.
a little bit of.
Yeah. Like shavings.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, what's your other point of it though? Like
To
is
cut up
it-
wood for like a big fire.
So like bigger wood.
Yeah, so honestly, the biggest thing is like boredom because I really enjoy building and making fires, and then I love watching fire.
Yeah.
So
me
like
too.
I could sit and watch a fire for half of the
Yeah.
time I will be here.
No, I could watch a fire for 48
Yeah,
hours.
so if I have an instrument that will help me chop up a large amount of wood to
Yeah.
just literally sit by a fire for
good point.
48 hours, I will do it.
I could pretend it's a signaling device and I'm trying to get help.
Yeah, if the ranger comes along.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are you doing?
I'm literally trying to burn the forest down so someone can find me.
Yeah.
Man, that's a good point. You know what? I feel like I'd just gather wood.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I
Just make do.
hate saying that, but
Well, my thought is I wasn't taking a knife,
I know.
so I'm going to take a hatchet.
Yeah. I think I'm going to opt for clothing as my 5th.
As your
thing.
5th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
I'm going to opt for worm.
So just like a good layer set.
So, man. I mean, this is tough because I'm drawing a fine line between like one item.
Yeah, you're like, I want the entire suit
I know.
of clothing. You could take like a snowsuit.
Yeah.
That's a single item. I mean, you were on it with the onesie.
Yeah, I know. I thought of that too. I thought of a snowsuit. Because, I mean, realistically, what I would like to take is something that's insulative as well as windproof and waterproof.
Yeah.
As much waterproof or much
Yeah, as can be.
as resistant as possible.
Sure.
I think like a snowsuit would be good.
Yeah.
Because it would provide warmth and insulation.
Yep.
It would provide the windbreak. It would provide probably some weatherproofing. Mm-hmm. Maybe not like torrential downpour, but that's what my shelter's for.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. That's my 5th item.
I like it.
Yeah. That way, I don't have to wear it all the time. Just
Yep.
like at night, I can sleep in it. It's kind of like my sleeping bag.
There you go. Yeah,
You know?
I like that.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's what I'm doing. That's my 5th item.
I'm going to do either a Bic Lighter or a pack of waterproof matches.
You don't want to build your own fire?
What am I going to start it with? I don't have ferro rod because I took a hatchet.
Ah.
So I'm going to take matches.
Well, you could do a bow drill.
Yeah,
or
nah.
know,
I took
I hate
I
those
took a
too.
2.5 gallon Walmart tug along water thing. I'm not
You going to do
sitting
a
there.
Bic?
No, I think I'd do those lifeboat matches.
Really?
Yeah, because you never put those things out. And realistically, if it goes right, I only need to light the fire once, and then I'll just keep feeding it for eternity.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we have our items. What's your
Okay.
plan?
My plan?
Like, how are you going to do this 48 hours?
Well, so
I mean, you haven't seen the area,
I
obviously.
would drive up to the campsite. I would park the vehicle.
Reverse into the campsite. Yeah.
No, I mean, if I was going to hike in, I would be prepared for that. So, I could put my onesie on my back between the, I'm just going to call it a onesie.
Yeah, I love it.
Put it on my back between the hydration bladder
Yep.
and my back. So it's kind of carried there. My knife would be on my belt or in my pocket, either one. Then the MRE, I would try to stash it somewhere. Maybe it's in the onesie behind my back.
Yeah. I like
Wrap it up in the onesie, put it behind my back. So I got my water.
it. You could put your onesie like around your neck and tie it, and then the legs around your waist and tie it. Have like a little
Negative.
tote along.
Negative. I would wind up sweating out, and it would be terrible. Chafe my neck and all kinds of shit. Yeah, so hydration bladder, knife. So knife, hydration bladder, MRE, onesie, and the shelter. Yeah, because that stuff sack for that little sil nylon shelter is probably like
small,
size of a California burrito.
There you go.
You know, it's probably about that big. So yeah, I think I could make that work coming in somewhere.
Yeah,
I would just be worried that something would fall out of the onesie.
Definitely.
But I would probably tie the arms and legs like around the hydration bladder before it went on my back or something like that.
That's a good call.
Yeah, but I think that would make that work.
Yeah.
So as far as hiking in, I got that covered.
Yep.
Then I would get to the location, and my first prerogative would be to set up the shelter. I would do that first. I would try to find some high ground, look for water runoff, like if it was going to rain, where would the water flow to? Try to get some high ground in there. I'd look for, first of all, I would scout the location to find out if it was conducive to putting a fire in that little reflector that I want to build, as well as probably had some dry, loose grass type of thing around there, something for padding. I mean, it could be moss for all I care.
Yeah, absolutely.
But just something to soften the ground where I'm going to sleep.
Yep.
And then I would probably hang everything in a tree limb, get everything up off the ground and try to keep it up off the ground. And I would start constructing the fire by going out and finding dead wood. So I'd scavenge, look for tinder, kindling, and fuel.
Yep.
So small stuff, look for some stuff that's flammable, like old man's beard from the side of a tree, maybe some bark that's like from a, what do you call it, like a cypress.
Oh yeah, like
bark. That's a good fire starter if you roll it up in your hands.
Cedar is great
cedar
too, like
great.
The stringy
yeah,
stuff.
If you pull off cedar bark and you kind of roll it in your hands, you can make a really good little good nest for ember from the ferro rod. Let me think. Yeah, that would be my first prerogative, is gathering that kind of stuff. And then I would also, whatever wood I was gathering would go underneath my tarp shelter that I set up.
Oh, that's cool.
So it would be protected in case it did rain.
Yep.
And then the old adage is, even if it did just rain, you can always find wood underneath other stuff. Just because anything will burn if it gets hot enough.
Yeah.
So I'd probably collect all the firewood, build my fire break or reflector, get a fire going, and enjoy my MRE.
Love it.
In parts and pieces.
Yeah. Rationed out.
Yeah, I would
slowly.
ration it out.
Yeah.
How about you?
So I have my tarp. I have my Walmart jug of water. What was it? Hatchet.
That's kind of smart, because now you got a place something to sit on.
So not just that. When I get there, I'm going to put the tarp down so I can put all my crap in it. I'm going to carry my stuff in the tarp. Just like fold the corners up and throw it over my back like Santa Claus.
Like a hobo style?
Yeah, and work my way in, and wherever, do the site survey, look at different areas. If I can find water, that'd be great. Bonus. If not, whatever. And then I would clear like an area for my fire. I'm really all about this fire and like just stacking up as much firewood and stuff as I can and get the fire going and just kind of poke around. And hopefully, if I have dry leaves, I'm going to make a sleeping burrito. So basically, I'm going to lay my tarp out, cover it in leaves, lay down, and roll myself up in it. And that's what I would sleep in.
So you would use the leaves to insulate yourself?
Yeah, basically, I would just be a leafy burrito, which would suck. But, like, it keeps you warm.
I couldn't do that because I have a phobia of, like, shit.
Oh, like creepy crawlies?
Like, I'm not so worried about things crawling on me. I mean, I did have a tick crawl in my ear one night when I slept.
Ooh.
And that was bad. That really kind of freaked me out. However, like, sleeping around, like, rolling myself up in leaves, I would just be nervous about that. I would probably roll up an asp or something. It would sting me in the middle of the night, and then I'd be screwed all week.
Okay, well, I will spend like 4 hours hand picking the leaves that I would dedicate to my...
You would have enough time to do that.
Yeah.
So.
And then, like you said, enjoy the MRE in pieces. Yeah. Watch the fire. If it rains, it just turns into a sucky situation. The fire is more comfort. It's not necessarily like, I need this. It's going to suck without it, but like you could at least do it.
Yeah.
And the tarp at least keeps everything dry, like you said. Maybe bring some logs in with me.
Well, there's also something you could do to build almost kind of like a little shelter for the fire. Like I've seen that.
I thought
done
about that
before.
with the hatchet.
I've
maybe,
actually
you know?
never done that, and that's something I'd love to construct one day. Is just
That would be cool.
something to, it's tall enough to where the flames aren't going to lick it and start it on fire, but however it prevents the fire from going out in moderate rain. I mean, obviously you get heavy downpour,
everything's
it's
going
screwed
out,
anyway. But yeah, could experiment with that as well.
Nice.
But yeah, I think we'd survive.
Yeah. So I think we want to hear what your 5 items are, because
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody is screaming right now, like, I can't
Yeah.
believe you didn't take this.
You morons. Yeah. I'd actually love to hear what people...
Yeah, I'm really excited.
So
for
I want
this.
specifics too.
Yeah.
Like not just a knife.
Yeah.
I want to know what kind of knife you're going to take.
Yeah, exactly.
You really didn't say a brand on your hatchet. You should say a brand on the hatchet. What would you take?
It's a German brand, and I can't think of the name.
Granfers or...
It's real bougie. I can't remember. So I could change and just say Gerber, because it's the only one that they had at the Walmart I went to.
Okay. Yeah, and you got the Walmart brand tarp.
Yeah.
The Sil Nylon tarp that I have is made by a Canadian company, and Integral Designs.
Yes, I think that's
Yes.
it, because I recognize that name.
Yeah, that's the one I have.
Cool.
So Mora knife is the one I'd take with
Yeah.
that. So I would take a Source hydration bladder.
Yep.
Because they make backpack versions, kind of like an all-in-one thing. And then
I think the other was MRE.
MRE is military issue. I would
Yeah.
find a good quality MRE.
I'm taking our matches, the waterproof matches. We
Okay.
make them. They come in
Okay.
15 packs. Not to plug it too much, but like they're awesome. Yeah.
The NATO boat matches,
Yeah.
whatever.
Those are great.
I love those things. You can light them and put them out in the snow and pull it out and it's still going.
Never goes out.
Let's see. I'm trying to think what else I was taking, if there's any branding on that. Anyway, I think we covered it.
I think so.
I really do want to know specifics. So tag us
Yeah.
with
Just comment, tag us, use our pound
use
tag.
Gear Tasting on
Yeah.
any social media network and let us know what you would take as your 5-item 48-hour challenge. Let's call it that.
Yeah, I like that.
Use that hashtag too. 5-item 48-hour challenge.
And spell it right.
So is it the number 5?
Sure.
Okay. 5-item 48 challenge.
Done.
Okay. Tag us. Let us know what you take. A picture would be even better.
Picture would be great.
It would be cool.
That would be awesome.
Along with some kind of description of how you carry all that junk.
Yeah.
So thanks for listening to Gear Tasting Radio. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Remember, if you got questions, use the pound tag Gear Tasting on your social media network. We'll find them and get them answered on the show. Be sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts so you can be the first to know when we release a new episode each Tuesday. Also on iTunes, be sure to help the show by leaving a 5-star review if you think we deserve it. Hopefully you do. Helps expose our podcast to more potential listeners. Also helps us grow the show and make it better. So we very much appreciate that. Last but not least, check out our Patreon page where you can contribute on a monthly basis to help us produce better content. You find us at patreon.com/ITS Tactical. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.